Alexa, turn on YouTube set. Sometimes it's the little things that make all the difference, don't you think? When I found out that I could automate turning all the equipment on and off in my YouTube set, it just removed one more obstacle that I like to throw up in front of myself to say, yeah, I don't really feel like making a video today. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing for yourself for roughly 20 bucks. I'm Karin, a realtor turned real estate coach, because when I learned how effective YouTube marketing was to get buyers and sellers who wanted to hire me to sell their houses in my market, it was so effective. I just had to tell the whole world because hashtag friends don't let friends cold call. In case you haven't seen my set before, I have 4 LED lights back there, a couple on the bookshelf and a couple behind that couch. And they're not really for putting off any light. They're just for, making it look cool. Then I also have a soft box over here, and I have an LED light over here, and I have my DSLR camera on a tripod right in front of me, which is connected to my computer so that when I do Zoom calls, I'm using an actual camera instead of the crappy webcam that came with my iMac. Sorry, Apple. That webcam really blows. Now, it used to take me a few minutes. When I came in, I decided I was going to record to turn everything on. I had to take the remote control and go over behind the couch and point him down at the lights to turn them on, and then point one at the ones on the shelves it took a little while, right? And then I had to come over and manually turn on that light and turn on that light and turn on the camera. Now, okay, big deal. It's a couple of minutes, right? Well, over time it adds up. But here's the bigger issue. It's just another piece of friction that makes you wanna go, "Hmm, I just don't really feel like filming a video today." And I'm all about removing the obstacles as much as possible, because if you make it that easy, there's really no reason for you not to do it. I'd been hearing a lot about smart plugs, and I thought, I wonder if that would work in here. Like, I don't need it by my nightstand so that I can, turn the light on and off because I'm too lazy to get out of bed.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
But what if I could do it in my office with all of my video equipment? So these are the ones that I bought off of Amazon. I bought the set of 4 because I really didn't know how many I would need, but I figured 4 would probably get the job done. So they arrived from Amazon, and I eagerly ripped that package open and set to automating my studio. First, you smug the smug. First, you plug the smartphone. Oh, good. My timer just popped up. Record the smart plug video. Thanks, calendar. First, you plug the smart plug into the wall. Then you plug the device into the smart plug. So I sat down and figured out, okay, how many plugs would I actually need? And technically it was 7, because I had 4 blue lights, 2 studio lights, and the camera. So I thought, what if I used a power strip? Would that work? And lo and behold, it works great. So the 4 blue lights back here are all plugged into the same power strip, which is then plugged into the Alexa smart plug. Genius, right? I know. So glad I thought of it. Then I have another smart plug back here, and my 2 studio lights and the camera all plug into the power strip, which plugs into the smart plug. Now, my husband was arguing with me, saying this wasn't going to work because you have to turn the camera on and off manually every time you want to use it. That is not true with my camera, at least. I don't know how yours works, but with my camera, all you got to do is plug it into the wall and it turns right on. You don't have to manually flip the on off switch as long as it's set to on all the time. Now, this may not be the best way to take care of my camera, and you're probably going to get all up in my business about it. But truthfully, I don't think I've turned this camera off in like 3 years and it's still working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next, you download an app to your phone to finish the setup process. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, my husband did this part. So I don't really know how complicated it was, but I'm going to tell you from my perspective, the most complicated part was trying to figure out what to call this thing, because you have to give this routine a name. And For the first week, I couldn't remember what I called it. So I kept saying, is it YouTube Studio? Is it YouTube Setup? Is it YouTube Lights? Is it Studio Lights? I finally had to write the stupid thing down on a Post-it note and stick it on the front of my camera so that I would remember what this routine was called. So now in the morning, I walk into my office, all the lights are off, the camera is turned off. It's not 3,000,000 degrees in here because I forgot to turn the camera and the lights off on Friday, and they ran all weekend long, and now it's hotter than the blazes in my office. No, it's dark, it's cool, it's a nice temperature. It's not 3,000,000 degrees because of the lights, and all I have to do is say the magic phrase, and everything turns on in about 3 seconds flat. Again, I will link to these smart plugs down below, and if you wanna see the rest of the gear that I use, feel free to watch this video right here where I'm gonna show you the actual lights, the actual camera, the actual microphone that I have, in case you are just jonesing for some new gear for your own YouTube setup. Alexa, turn off YouTube set. Come on, Emma, let's go.